Welcome back all to Vampire Rebirth, a summary for Vampire the Masquerade game. We opened up where we had left off, at the bank heist. Lucia had managed to join the fight as Victoria ripped away at the guards. Lucia managed to grab money and get off while Victoria was busy, taking the money away as Victoria finished the fight, taking out the two guards who were watching, before heading out to get some feeding. The others, meanwhile, made their way home, some after failing to attempt to find a new haven. And the day passed. Victoria awoke, got some blood, tried to get a hold of Louisa, and failed. Estelle went to, after grabbing a small snack, made her way over to the celebration for one of the potential harpies. There she made nice, talked to some of the other kindred, one Malkavian who might have more than one personality, and waited for the blood doll presentation that the harpy was planning to prepare. Joey, meanwhile, went out to try and find this person, trying to find out where she was tonight, as he owed a boon in order to break some legs to make this happen. He wasn't 100% sure why this needed to happen, but he was all for repaying debts and getting ahead a little. This all happening around Anastasia Rosewood's club. Meanwhile, Jack woke up only to find that there were police investigating his haven, thankfully being locked in an old freezer vault. They didn't find him, but he slipped out once he had an opportunity. Arthur himself woke up in a comfortable position and made his way over there, waiting for the connection with Josephine to find out when the spat ritual was, after last night talking to one of the more powerful in his clan. I believe it was Adrian, who, hearing Arthur's proposal having the Neonites destroy this ritual, supported it in order to make the Neonites look good for the prince. Him and Jack touched base. Arthur explained his plan and wanted Jack to get the others on board, using Arthur's authority. And while Jack headed off, Arthur watched Jack's place, watching the police set up a patrol, keeping an eye on it, and watching at some point someone slip in. He didn't see the person, only the door shutting, and a few things being moved around inside, but no one, and had a sign that they had left. It was suspicious, but he was uncertain. Joey managed to meet up with a few at Elysium. Rebecca, a member of his clan and good with computers. He figured out that Estelle might be with Anastasia and had them hack things. While that was happening, Victoria wandered to Elysium looking for Louisa and found Joey. Knowing they are close, she got Louisa's address from Joey and made her way off to the apartments, which we will cover at the end. Joey found about Anastasia's party, went there, broke some legs, had all the kindred clear out for their own safety, and was chased by Marco for a short period. He managed to escape, maybe scot-free, and headed home. Well, not home, but headed off. Estelle, seeing the party broken up, even though one of the blood dolls was her type, did decide to take off with a few others who were there, leaving Anastasia with a badly mangled leg. She made her way back to Elysium, catching up with Jack and being informed that Arthur has a plan, and started making their way back with them, picking up Joey along the way. They got there, and Arthur started explaining his plan to these four, as they tried to touch base with the others to try and bring on board. Meanwhile, at Louisa's apartment, after counting the money, Victoria picked the lock and snuck in. Louisa spotted them and frenzied, sending Victoria through into the next apartment. The vicious battle was cut short as Victoria managed to calm the beast. Despite Louisa being at a single blood, she was able to control herself with the subdued beast. They did their best to make up for the people's apartment, even replaced her door with Louisa's own. Louisa needed to feed, and she knew that, and as did Victoria. Victoria took off but hid in the lobby, waiting for Louisa to leave. Louisa made it only to the street before she almost frenzied, dragging someone in, and frenzy in the middle of the lobby began to eat, panicking many people. Victoria, seeing this as her opportunity, began to run. As Louisa dropped the dead corpse she was feeding from, frenzy and chased after Victoria. Victoria subdued the beast again. With that, Victoria explained to Louisa as she approached Masquerade. Louisa explained that Victoria knew of this breach and might be considered responsible. Victoria said she was going for the money and Louisa needs to clean up their mess, and this led to a fight. Grappling, struggling, pain-inflicting fight, where eventually they bit each other and fed. Louisa doing her best not to kill Victoria, and Victoria doing her best to survive, devoured Louisa, and failed to control herself as she diablerized the soul of Louisa. This left Victoria in a daze as she failed against the soul of Louisa, learning and suffering at the same time, wandering the halls, making her way back to Louisa's apartment, surrounded by money and Louisa's corpse. Panicking, she took Louisa's corpse to the roof, and not sure what to do, she called in to the prince, getting a hold of someone who did not want to give them to the prince until they found out what the emergency was. Once the prince knew what happened, though, Victoria lied, saying that Louisa had frenzied but wasn't dead. The prince told Victoria to stay where she was and find somewhere to hide, and he would send help. Across the city, many neonates, and maybe others, were receiving texts for Louisa's apartment address. Texts to head over there immediately and help conceal the masquerade at any costs. And that's where we left off. Alright, all. One hell of a session. Hope everyone has a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.